And Jane, you had this wonderful, there's a wonderful connection between annual giving and projects and DDF.
So do you and I have to?
I think I do. I think we have to.
I can't wait till you and David are up here again now that everybody knows that we have this twin thing going. So how many of you have heard of the Every Year, Every Rotarian campaign? All right. There's a few hands I didn't see go up. The reason that we do this, also known as the E-Ray campaign, is specifically to ask each of us as Rotarians to donate something to the annual fund. And because, as Wynn said, that half of the money that we donated essentially 3 years ago, half of that money comes back to our district. And we also recognize that we have a wide variety of financial capabilities among each of us. And if someone can only afford $25 a year, that's certainly fine with us. We're just looking for the commitment from the Rotarians and the understanding in terms of where that money goes. Now, certainly if someone can afford more than $25 a year, we'll certainly encourage those donations as well. Some of you may know that I tend to be a data geek, and I also will let you know I'm an old mortgage banker, but I need to stop saying old the older I get. But it's true. So what I did, what? A former. David wants me to say a former mortgage banker. Okay. So I delved into our annual fund giving for the last number of years, and this chart that you see here starts in the year 2008. And you'll see here that the blue line, which is the top line, represents the annual fund donations from our members. And the orange or red line is the district designated funds that have come to our district as a result of that. So you'll see here at the beginning, and I want to give you the number, from 2008 to 2015, our district contributed about $321,000 annually. And you can see it was pretty consistent during that period. And during that same period, our DDF was $170,000. You know, which for a small district, remember there's only 1,800 of us, that's a fair amount of money. If you look at the year 2016-17, this was the year that our district changed the policy. Heretofore, all of the DDF was essentially controlled at the district level. And what we said at that point is, wait a minute, where do these annual fund contributions come from? They don't come from the district, they come from each of us in this room and everyone else in our district. And so the question was, so why is it not fair to return on a pro rata basis the DDF that came from your annual fund donations? So we turned our policy on its ear, and we're one of the few districts in the world that do this, because we thought if people understand that the DDF now is under the club's control based on your level of contributions, that the annual fund contributions would increase. So look what happens here. In 2016, 2017, it just skyrockets off this chart. So in 2016, 2017, we donated a total of $574,000, compared to, what did I say, 300. Huge. And as a result, our DDF turned out to be $302,000. And you can see that second arrow shows the absolute relationship between the annual fund, which is much, much higher than the first years in this chart. You can see how 3 years later it comes back to our district. And I ask, if you remember nothing from this session other than the twins that are up here all day long, please remember the relationship between the annual fund and district designated funds. And the message is simple. The more your members contribute to the annual fund, the more district designated funds your club will have to do the great projects both in the community as well as around the world. And I know that that's a short version of everything that goes into this, but I'm just thrilled that the risk that we took in making this a huge change turned out the way that we wanted. So anyway, thank you, and thank you all so much for your contributions.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.